Call it a low point.
Yeah.
Had to make some concessions on the trip to meet my ultimate goal.
Yeah. Well, where are you going to be tomorrow?
Tomorrow? I gotta look at my map, I can't remember. But tonight I was supposed to be just south of Jonesville on a little country road.
Where at?
Just south of here, just outside Jonesville. I was going to take, I think it was Highway 662, or not highway, but Road 662, small country road. That would have met up with 667, which would have brought me back up to 58, which is by Rose Hill.
Yeah.
I decided to not do that because Cane Gap was such a sloppy mess. It took half a day away from me.
Yeah.
So I got to make up time, head straight up 58, get to Wilderness Road Park to meet Given. I just talked to him on the phone.
And we're doing that Saturday.
I'm losing track of days.
It is Friday today, the 13th.
Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday, so it'd be Sunday I would meet him.
Sunday meeting him at Martin Station.
Yes, that's correct. Martin Station. See? The trail's getting in my mind.
And then from there you're going to go on into the park.
Me and Given are going to walk to the campground at Cumberland Gap Park, which is on the east side.
But you're going to go through the Wilderness Road State Park too.
Right. Well, Martin Station and Wilderness Road State Park are the same. They're together.
Yeah, okay.
So right now I'm looking at possible hypothermia. I don't see much a chance to bunk anywhere up ahead. A lot of private land. It's been raining all day, so I think I'm going to have to make a concession and stay at the old motor lodge one night.
Okay, well, is there anything we can do? Anything you need?
No, I'm doing good.
Okay, we got our phone number and everything, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're uploading this stuff to the internet.
Yep.
And your wife is, cheerleading you on.
Yep, she is. I just talked to her, and of course the wife will always say, yeah, if you're cold, just go into the hotel.
Absolutely,
That's why I want to talk to Given.
Yeah.
He gave me his blessings if I thought that's what I needed to do to survive. And
okay, well, let me get out of the way. You can go in there and get warm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, anything else we need to do?
No, that's
okay,
it.
We'll try to see you probably Sunday and Monday if we can.
Okay.
We got something to do. We got over in Buchanan County. They're having a big turkey gobbler thing over there. So, okay, well, it's good seeing you. Okay, tell us how we're doing.
Oh, we're doing okay. Things are better with the rain gone. I'm able to charge some equipment with my solar charger, and hopefully pretty soon here we'll be at Cumberland Gap.
Yeah, we've been looking for you all over the place.
Yeah? Did you miss me somewhere?
Yeah, we've been driving back and forth.
Yeah, this trail was a way off the road.
Yeah, okay. Everything else going okay?
Everything's going good.
Okay, very good. And what's your name?
My name's Given Fox. I'm Dr. John Fox's son. That's done so much of the research to, and helped us sort out where we need to walk.
Well, great. Glad to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Now, I got a question for you though.
Okay.
Do you know if you're related to John Fox Jr.? The one that wrote the book, Trail on Some Pine and all that stuff.
I don't know for sure. So,
well, they're having a big festival in Big Stone Gap next week.
Okay.
So
see what we might still be walking at that point. So.
Yeah.
Your dad can show up and take a little bit of the glory.
Yeah. Okay. And who's this beautiful young lady?
Oh, I'm Kelsey Gerhart. I'm a writer with the Middlesboro Daily News.
Ah.
And I'm here on the trail with them to kind of get a feel for what it's like for just a little bit, an overnight trip.
We're good.
So.
Now, where are we spending the night tonight?
At the Cumberland Gap Wilderness, what is it called, the Wilderness Road Campground?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, just right up the road here.
Yep.
Okay, now, when are you meeting with the Cumberland Gap dressed-in period?
Probably tomorrow. Some of those folks are going to be there tonight to meet us. We're going to have a little cookout. Then in the morning, they're going to come dressed in period attire, and we're going to go up over the gap together.
Okay, do we know what time or anything?
9-ish is kind of the rough time.
Let's shoot at 9. Shoot at 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if nothing happens, I'll try to be back. But but you're all going to be in the park camping somewhere tonight.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go get something to eat, and I'll try to catch up with you a little bit later.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
was open. And the only solution they had for me, because there was no city park, was to stay in a storage shelter, the owner of the store. So he took me over and I got in there and crawled on the cement floor. They put the door down so it was just cracked a little bit so I could get some air, and that's where I planned on staying the night. And then about 20 minutes later, I see two pair of feet appear at the crack in the door, and a female voice say, "Curtis, are you there?" And I said, "Yeah," and she said, "This is Pam Eddy from the park."
Oh yeah, I know
I flew
Pam.
the door open, and I said, "How in the world did you find me?" And she offered me to come and stay at her cabin that was not too far, and so she took me in her Jeep to the cabin. This morning she brought me back and dropped me off at the exact same spot I left. And in our travel, she's very well versed in the history of the pioneers coming through here. And I started the trip with the idea I wanted to do just like Grandpa Joshua. Sleeping under the stars, only eating what I carried. But she let me know that wasn't the way they did it at all. There were roofs all the way along for them to stay in. Blockhouses and people like Martin's Station. And there were many meals that they were cooked that they didn't carry themselves. So if I really wanted to walk with Grandpa Joshua, I was doing it all wrong. So the rest of the way, I'm going to do it the right way and do it like the way the pioneers did it, with the community around them and with the help they had.
Yeah, that's great, right?
Yep.
Learn something every day, don't you?
That's the lesson for my Virginia portion. Let's see what my lesson for Kentucky is.
Okay, well, keep us informed. We'll keep up with you.
Thank you.
And anything we can do, you got our number.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you down the road here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Come. Modern day pioneers coming up behind us. What an amazing journey that Curtis Penix is on, following in the footsteps of his probably fifth great grandfather. And
I'm hungry, girl.
hello, are you hungry, sir?
I am hungry.
How are you?
Doing good.
Good job, good job. Woo. So you're glad to be to the Cumberland Mountain. Once you go over this mountain and you go through the Narrows, you're pretty much home free. You're going to have a lot easier time of it. So.
Oh yeah, I learned one thing in Virginia. That top of that mountain is not the top of that mountain. It's just a tease. There's more mountain after that. It's just a little level spot.
You talking about Powell's Mountain or?
Just about every mountain I've walked
every
up.
mountain. All right, yeah, absolutely. Well, you're just a couple miles from the historic Cumberland Gap, and we think of that as a funnel that actually meant more to people. Both it was famous and it was infamous as well, because it was a place that pretty much everybody had heard about that was going to make this journey. They were also petrified of it, but it meant that they'd crossed over that barrier and they were heading into an area that was going to make their dreams come true.
Yep.
And risked life and limb. And I think you had a quote, and I don't know if it was your quote or someone else's, but I loved it, that the trail that you're walking is not strewn with candy wrappers and bottles.
Energy bar wrappers, yeah.
Yeah.
But with the bones of the people that sacrificed to make the trail.
Yeah, that's pretty prophetic, and it's actually true.
Yep.
And every step you take, you don't know what you're stepping on, or who's had a tragedy there, or a triumph, where a baby's been born, where somebody's been scalped.
Right.
All of those scenarios took place right on the trail you're walking. So we're glad that you're not that many years ago, because you're having a lot better time of it, even though it's not as easy as maybe you felt like it might be.
All right.
So, well, congratulations.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Yoo-hoo!
Ooh, I'm ready to eat.
All right. Okay.
I had sort of a near-death experience, and I'm 72 years old, and I came down on a motorcycle to go up the trail to check out a trail, and and felt this coming on. It's called bradycardia, and it's just something wrong with the wiring in my heart. And the heart itself is okay, so I'm fine now, but this heart slows and then you pass out, basically. And so I'm laying there on the trail and couldn't get up, and was thinking it was maybe my last day when Hannah came by, just walked by and said, "You okay?" And I said, "Well," I'm laying in the weeds looking at the trees, and said, "Not really, I can't get up, and my heart's slowed down, I got bradycardia." And so she stayed with me and said, "You think I ought to call 911?" I said, "Yeah, you probably." So she did, stayed with me until they came, rescued me right on the trail, took me back, got my pacemaker put in, and now I'm fine. Thanks to her.
great story.
And
Tell
now,
us who you are.
now she's known as my angel. So,
I can see why.
Angel of the Woods. I'm John Fox.
And from where?
From Lexington, president of the Friends of Boone Trace, which these fine fellows that happen to be the trail they're walking today. So we're real proud of them.
Okay, and your son's here with us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He had heard my tale. He's a Army. He's a medic on a Black Hawk helicopter. Been to Afghanistan twice, and he's a big-time hiker out in Colorado and does 14-foot mountains and 1,000-foot mountains and that sort of thing. So.
Well, good.
Slight difference. I don't really know what to say. You did a very good job of introducing me. Took everything. So yeah, pretty much. But no, I'm just honored to be a part of this and to be one of the first company Curtis and walk up the road. That it's been a long time. And,
But now, how much more of the trail you going to be on?
I'll be with Curtis and I'll be together all the way up to Fort Boonesboro, as long as we can tolerate each other. So
Okay.
10 more days.
Yeah, be up.
Yeah. And then we're going to have a big party when you get up here. Is that right?
That is the truth.
Super party.
Big deal. So
Okay.
should be fun.
We're going to be trying to be there with you. Okay. Let's eat.
Well, let's do it.
Hello, Curtis Penix here on Wilderness Road Boone Trace Expedition. Started out in Kingsport about 6 days ago. Had 1 day of a little bit of rain, 3 days of good rain. Got a little cold, a little shivery, but I made it about 15 miles a day each day. I'm here at Cumberland Gap National Park in their campground. I made it up here with actually a hiking crew with me. Given Fox, Kelsey Gerhart, and Isaac Kramer. We made it 8 miles today. I actually have done about 14, but they joined me just short of the 8-mile mark. And we just had a great meal by Pam Eddy. And, yep, Pam. And this is where we're going to stay for the night. And in the morning, we're going to head up over Cane Gap. Cumberland Gap. I've been on the trail. The mind goes.
One gap looks like another.
That's right. So you want to bring them in?
Yeah.
Given? The camera calls you.
Oh, okay.
Kelsey, come on. This is Given. He's my backpacking partner for the next 100 or so miles till we get to Fort Boonesboro. This is Kelsey Gerhart. She works with the newspaper here in Middlesboro. She's walked with us for about 8 miles now. She's going to walk over the gap with us? Okay. So this is our little hiking party for the past 8 miles and until we get over Cane Gap, or Cumberland Gap. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Come
John?
on up here. John.
And Pam?
Yeah, Pam.
Come on, you're the...
I thought they had blueberries in my teeth.
That's okay.
They look good.
I know it. Yeah, blue tea.
This is, okay. This is John Fox. He's a guy that's been studying Boone Trace in Kentucky for the past 6 years. He knows more than anybody about the trace than anybody on earth right now. This is Pam Eddy. She works here at Cumberland Gap National Park. I got it right that time. And yes, and she's been my trail angel because I was stuck staying in a storage unit last night. She came and found me, gave me a bunk at her cabin, and she made me breakfast this morning. So she got my spirits up and got me going again.
That's I think the story of the journey, really. It wasn't a singular thing that you did by yourself. It was actually people that banded together, and I can imagine the changes that they went through, the trials and the hardships that they endured together, and how they became a unit and, saved each other from things that they wouldn't have made it through by themselves, protected each other and supported each other in times of, want. And so it's nice to see the community come together like that. And I think that's something that maybe we didn't expect. I don't know, John, if you thought about it, but as I'm hearing Curtis talk about all the people that are following him and checking on him, that's really cool. That's what makes America America. So.
Well, now tell us how many people came through here with Daniel Boone 240 years ago.
Well, I guess nobody really knows exactly how many he maybe, you know, if you say with Daniel Boone, does that mean physically or with him in spirit? Because people are still coming with Daniel Boone in spirit. So, but 300,000 pioneers that we feel like is a good guess. And that means there's about 44 to 48 million Americans today who literally have an ancestor that made that journey. Maybe they know it, maybe they don't.
Well, how many come with them with the accident? Do we know?
30.
Yeah,
About 30
that's
of
right.
them.
Yeah, and there are the names of those exist, so that's pretty cool.
They say it was 30 men with them, but there was actually a couple women with them, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
there were supposed to
2
be.
blacks and 2 women.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, anybody else want to say anything here while we're here?
Well, I'll just say I'm with a group called Friends of Boone Trace, and that's, of course, the very road that these 2 fine fellows are hiking. And really, they're accomplishing. I've thought about this, and there's 2 things really that they're accomplishing. The first would be that Curtis is going to follow in the steps of his 5th great-grandfather. That's great-great-great-great-grandfather, Joshua Penix, who came in along that very road, Boone Trace, and that's pretty remarkable. You know, that somebody would walk. I don't know of many people have done that. I can't think. I don't know of any, and there can't be too many that have done what he's done. So it's really quite remarkable.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the project we're going to be working on.
Well, I was going to say the second thing that they're accomplishing is they're bringing notoriety and recognition of the little trail. The actual road is very, very important. It's Boone Trace. It was the first road ever into this part of the country. It wasn't even Kentucky at that time. And what he did when he was hired by Richard Henderson to open a road so that he could bring in settlers and sell off land that he had acquired and make a lot of money, which he didn't do. But little did he know that in doing that he the historical impact that the road would have. And it was the first road ever into this part of the continent. And once he opened that road, that basically told the world that you can do this. This was all wilderness. It was all just like this. There was nothing here. And he told the world you can make it, and, claim your land and survive and succeed. And so it's like the American spirit was kind of born because of this little road. And they bring attention to that fact that a lot of people don't realize.
Henderson was from the Carolinas, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what treaty was it that they met with at Elizabeth?
Treaty at Sycamore Shoals is what they call it. And they sort of had it was an illegal treaty because this was the time of the Revolutionary War. There wasn't even a government. And so nobody really had a claim to the land, and the Indians, the Cherokee Indians, said they had it, and they gave him all the land from the Kentucky River down to the Cumberland River. It was 20 million acres, and it turns out he didn't really have claim to it in the first place, so that all fell through. But what I want to say is what these guys are doing is this is the first time it's ever been done. So it's almost like Daniel Boone knew where he wanted to go, but nobody had ever done it, and he did it. And Curtis and Given kind of now know where they want to go, but nobody's ever done it, and they're going to do it. And so if they pull this off, which we're not even sure it can be done, there'll be the trailblazers for everybody, hopefully, all those people that have ancestors that want to walk in their footsteps can do it. So we're totally grateful for what they're doing. I talk too much.
No. Tell us real quick about Rosalie being related to you, the lady that works with us at the office.
Rosalie, last name is Gilchrist?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess you found out that a Penix and a Castle were married. So she's a distant relative of somehow.
Yeah.
I know that the Penix boys and the Castle boys. Now these Penix boys would be Joshua Penix's sons, traveled up the Big Sandy River in a flatboat together to the area which is now the corner of West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky. And now that corner is where my family came from in the 30s and moved up to Michigan. So she's related to the Castles, I'm related to the Penixes, and somewhere they got intermarried.
Okay, anybody else have any of the stories they want to tell or anything?
No, I think it's worthy to note that in 10 years we're going to have the 250th anniversary of the year that this actually took place, the blazing
And we're
of
all
Boone
going to be
Trace.
back here, right?
We're all going to be here, and by that time hopefully we'll have many people walking that trail. But when you think about the big things that happened in America, like a number of years ago, the 400th anniversary of Jamestown being settled, this is of that magnitude because this is where we stopped being British subjects and started to be Americans. We turned our back on the king. And Boone leaving was within just a few weeks, you know, when he started doing this trail, was just a few weeks from the time that Patrick Henry said, "Give me liberty and give me death." And everybody that followed this trail believed that. And some of them paid the price with their life to be able to realize liberty.
Boys.
I think we're good. We got to rest. We just had a hard 14 miles. At least I had a hard 14 miles. I got to get ready for my mileage tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.